book bell, and welcome to or welcome back to my channel. Hello. Okay, so today I am bringing you my April TBR. We are well settled into the month of April, and I like to kind of ease into the month, reflect on what happened last month, weeding rise, and kind of navigate the new month very slowly, because before you know it, it'll be over. So here I am, almost 10 days into the month, and I'm bringing you my April TBR, but I've had time to really think about what I did last month reading wise, look at my statistics or my data on my story graph, which is my favorite thing to do. And I was able to put together a list that I think will help me reach this goal that I set as I was doing my March TBR, which is read more of my physical books. Books take up a lot of my space, my time, my money, my love. And I just want to make sure that I am not just hoarding books or just buying them because they're pretty. Because they are pretty. There are a lot of pretty books. But not just doing it because of those two reasons, but because I'm actually reading my physical books that I have purchased that are part of my now collection. And so, yeah. So last month I only read, I think less than 20% of, as they clean the street outside my apartment, less than 20% of physical books, which is a vastly disproportionate amount comparative to the amount of physical books that I actually own, which is problematic. So let's jump right into our April TBR. Why don't we? Let's see what I got. Okay, so the first book on my April TBR is Jasiel, The King Who Got Me by Miss Jenesqua. First of all, Miss Jenesqua is an urban fiction romance author that I do not miss. When she releases a book, I probably read it in the first 3 days, devour it. It's ridiculous. This book happens to be the second in the Evans Brothers series, and 10 days into the month and I've already read it. I'm not going to tell you how I felt about it. We'll wait for the wrap up. But I will say it's the second book. The first book in the series is I Got You. And this is we've known each other. We've moved in the same kind of circles kind of romance. And I've always had my eye on you. You've had your eye on me. We've just been real stubborn. It was okay. It was good. But I'm not gonna go to, I did post my reviews to Storygraph and to, what's the other one? Goodreads. But I'll go into deeper either on TikTok or in the wrap up video at the end of the month, but go read it. Okay. The second book on my list is also a digital copy, but it's an ARC that I received, and it is Verity and the Forbidden Suitor by Mcavoy. Who am I today? I can't pronounce. Well, first of all, I cannot normally pronounce people's names, so I like for them to tell me how it is pronounced, and then I follow in suit. But Mcavoy, which will be released on April 11th. Oh my goodness. And it is the second book in the Novella series. The first book was Aphrodite and the Duke, and I fangirl over it. I fanned it hard. And I saw so many mixed reviews, but I'm just I don't care. It's a Regency era romance novel with Black people. I don't care. I'm gonna read it. And then it's also good. Y'all, it was a great book, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. And I'm so excited that I got approved for the ARC, which I have also finished, but I will do my own wrap up on that one specifically. But in this book, Verity is the younger sister of the Duke that married Aphrodite in the last book, and she was very protective of her brother, and she knew that they had the odds stacked against them, and so she was very protective of how they navigate the world. And so now the matriarch of the Lavelle's family has now put her eyes on Verity, okay, well, girl, we got to get you out on the town, okay? The people need to know who you are. You have to find a husband. She's not interested. That's all I'm gonna say. She's not interested. And she's already actually met her person, but he does not have the station or the title to be with the sister of a duke. And I will leave it at that. And I also already read this one, so but I will give another review. But yes, Verity and the Forbidden Suitor by JJ Mcavoy. Just go ahead and be ready to pick it up on April 11th. Okay. The next book that I will be reading this month is Magic Dark, Magic Divine by AJ Locke. I have not read any books by AJ Locke, and so I'm really excited. This is a fantasy series that incorporates an entire like magical world. I think there are like 5 different magical capabilities that you can kind of be into, or whatever magic that you're born with. But our main character, Penn, has been asleep for 300 years because she disobeyed. She had cards pulled for her by a diviner, and she went against it on like the most powerful celestial event night, and she went against it, and because she went against the cards, she had to be put to sleep for 300 years. So she is now awoken in like present times, and magic is no longer in her world until it is. And it becomes very problematic because no one else in the world is wielding magic anymore but her and the people who are doing bad things. I'm about 50 pages into this one, and I can tell that this first book is going to be a lot of world building and giving you backstory and giving you probable cause for all of the things that are happening. So I'm reading it today. That is my homework for today. I am reading it today. So, and it is a digital. So all 3 of the first 3 books, Jasiel, The King Who Got Me, Verity and the Forbidden Suitor, and Magic Dark, Magic Divine, all digital books. I'm getting to the physical ones. Give me a second. But I am 50 pages into Magic Dark, Magic Divine, and I like it so far. You can tell it's slow. Like I said, it's going to be world building, but I'm intrigued. And I am reading this book because I received an ARC of the second book in the series, which I did last month, and I didn't read the book, and I felt really bad. So this month I'm like, no, you're going to read the book. So the second book is Magic Corrupts and Magic Conquers, which comes out on April 17th. So I will have a wrap up of those 2 books. And I think it's a duology. I do not think it's a trilogy, but I will have more information. So I'll be reading the arc of Magic Corrupts and Magic Conquers after I finish Magic Dark, Magic Divine. Moving on our little list here. Let's see. I will also be reading Play Another Love Song by Meisha Gladney. I need to practice these names before these videos. Oop, my mama told me not to do that. Okay. Play Another Love Song by Meisha Gladney. And this is my first time reading this author as well. So as I was reading the description, it was like a little bit of Love Radio, a little bit of Honey and Spice. This character is interviewing to be an intern at a radio station, but she's like a new adult. So I'm assuming maybe she's already graduated from college, and this might be like her first big girl job, like, you know, type thing. But she's very closed off to love, and like her 2 besties are like, girl, stop this, you're great. And the only thing she really lets into her life is music. Yeah, so they said that the music and the vibes are really great, but there are a lot of growing pains. And yeah, it's my first time reading this author, so I'm really excited. And the covers are really pretty. Do you see it? I'll probably put it right here. Do you see it? It's so pretty. Okay. Where am I going next? Okay, so I'm getting into the physical books. Getting into my physical books. Okay, so this book is being brought from March into April. I was supposed to read this book last month, The Davenports. Started it, didn't finish it, but you know what? We're gonna finish it this month. Oh, it kind of matches my sweater. Look at that. It's one of those pretty books that I just had to have because it's pretty. But I have been reading some of the reviews. I think it's a mixed bag, but I'm still really excited. I'm 50 pages into this one too, so hopefully I'll finish it. Well, no, I have to. I'm gonna finish it this month. Here we go, The Davenports. I'm gonna put that over there. Okay. This book is also a carryover from last month because I read a lot of digital books last month. I was supposed to finish Almost There by Farrah Rochon, and I did not. And this is a retelling of, or Disney retelling of If Tiana Chose a Dark Path. I need to read it. That's what I need to do. I need to commit. I need to be quiet. I need to sit down. I need to read my books. Almost there. And in real life, I'm almost there. A new one for this month that I should have already finished is Redemptor by Jordan, and I will not pronounce Jordan's last name in respect of pronouncing the names correctly, but this is the second book in the Raybearer series. I really loved the first one. I loved the world building. I loved the characters. What I do remember is like there was like a group of kind of like siblings that, well, they're not siblings, but not by blood, but kind of by being raised together, that the emperor chooses this group around him. And for the first time, we got an empress, and it was supposed to be her mama, but her mama went dark, and it was a whole thing. But this is the second book in the Raybearer series. I thoroughly enjoyed the first one. I probably need to brush up on the mythos and the lore of the first one just so I can kind of remember going into now this second one. But yes, I'm excited to revisit the characters and the world building from the first one. Okay, next I will be reading, I've already read actually, because it's also April 10th while I'm filming this. So some of these I've already read. But I already read this. Be Without You, a novella by Liv Taylor. First of all, this author, hey girl, this was my first novella by this author, and y'all, it was so good. I already put my review on Goodreads and Storygraph, and I love a good love story 100 pages or less. It's something about it. It's like love in the afternoon. You know what I mean? Love on your lunch break. Like I could get in, get all the feelings, and be like, oh, I don't have to rush back to it because I got it all. Like I love that. I love that. The art of, in the book club, we were talking about the art of a 150-page story. Like everything don't have to be 400 pages. And Liv Taylor did this very well. 90 pages or less. I get in, I am greeted by all of the characters, I understand what the problem is, and I get a resolve. Like, oh, it was so delightful and refreshing. Brianna and Alexander are newlyweds, and they have to navigate the new dynamic of their relationship after their marriage. There are a lot of outside forces and unwanted opinions and judgments that they will have to overcome, but can they keep their eyes trained on just the pureness between the two of them and the love that they had when they got married? You'll have to read it and find out. But shout out to Liv Taylor. That was amazing. I will say that. Yes. Okay. The next book on my list is The Many Dates of Indigo by Amber D. Samuel. Another first time author for me. But let me tell you something. A pretty book in Target. I'm going to pick it up. And it's going to get in my cart as I sip my coffee, going through the store. And I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy the book because why not? Doesn't matter if I didn't have a budget. Doesn't matter if the book's not in my budget. You know what's in my cart? The book. And you know what I'm going to do? Buy it. No, but seriously, I've seen this book all over, you know, the romance girlies pages, and I'm really excited. It's like a successful woman in her 30s supporting everyone as they get married, as they have children, and she has her career. But what she would really like is a partner. Sounds familiar. Anyways, her friends really want to see her hooked up with her person and like fall in love. She fights it for a while, but then she's like, no, you're actually right. So there are two guys like vying for her heart. One is a new guy who could potentially sweep her off her feet. The other is her guy bestie who's been in her life for a very long time. She just didn't know she was in love with him or that she loved him. That's what I got from reading this. So my vote is on the friend. My vote is on the friend. I think she's probably going to end up with her friend, the person who has been supportive and loving and amazing her whole life. And they just happen to figure out we're also actually attracted to each other. I am also a huge pusher of there should be some sort of like friendship bond relationship, because beauty fades, lust fades, and I'm gonna still have to like you because we're not getting a divorce. So I believe in friends turn lovers. That's my favorite trope in real life and in books. So hopefully she falls in love with the friend. The last book on my list, I remember seeing this book on book Twitter, and I was like, oh, it is so pretty, because I clearly have a problem with buying pretty books. But it was on my list, and I was like, it's so pretty. And this is not my last book. There's one more after this, I just remember. But It is Fake It Till You Bake It by Jamie Wesley. And the premise is a fake dating situation. She had a bad like breakup on TV. She basically turned down this guy's proposal. This guy's a football player and he's a baker. How sexy is that? Make me something. Okay, I like that. Make me something. But they have to basically date to save his bakery. Sounds cute. I can't wait. I've loved it since I saw it because it's so pretty. Isn't it pretty? Like, we needed this. We needed this. They say it's funny, smart, and deliciously romantic. Oh, and Farrah Rochon said that. The one who wrote Almost There. So see, I'm in good company. This is going to be a good book. I'm so excited. The last book on my list is my book club read from the Page Turning Homies. If you don't know who we are a Black book club. I won't say female because... And I won't even say Black. We are a book club, but we read mostly diverse authors. So this month we are reading Lone Women by Victor Lavelle because Shelby from Shelby in the Bookstore was like, no, have you ever read this author? And I was like, no, put me on. But it's because I think the genre is one that is outside of my comfort zone. I tend to stay in a lot of romance and fantasy. This seems a little scary. Seems a little scary for me. I don't know, but we are going to see. I'm excited. The book club chose it because Anne-Marie and Jada, they like mysteries, horror, they like that. So I was like, you know, I am outnumbered here and I'm gonna go with it because sometimes you need to switch it up. And so this book, this is all I have. It takes place in the American West. The main character is carrying around a mysterious steam trunk that when opened, people start mysteriously dying. And lone women are now taking advantage of a government offer of free acres. You know what's crazy? They always had some free stuff to give somebody, but they never gave us what we was owed. You know, I still want my 40 acres and my mule. Sorry, this is why I can't read all books because in my brain, I'm just like, were they giving it out to some Black people or not? Nah? Okay, refocus. Felicia, focus. Lone women are taking advantage of a government offer for free acres if they can tame the land alone, except Adelaide, who is the main character, isn't alone, and whatever she is trying to hide could probably help her trying to tame this land. But it's giving horror, it's giving scary, it's giving I don't know what I got myself into, but I will have a review for everyone. And so yeah, so that concludes actually my April TBR. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should have had a count for you guys. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 books for the month. Totally doable. I'm already 3 books in, so I am on my way. I definitely think I can read the other 9 by the end of the month, but we shall see. Please drop down below if any of these books are on your list, if you heard about a book from this video that you now want to read or that you will now read. Yeah, thank you for staying all the way to the end of the video. Drop a book stack if you're still here. Share the video, comment, like, subscribe, do all the things. I post every Monday and Friday. Okay, I think that's it. This has been a joy. I am a random person. Sorry, guys. But thank you so much for rocking with me to the end of the video. Until next time. Bye, guys.